The activity card sort is an assessment used to record instrumental, leisure with high endurance, leisure with low endurance, and social activities in adults. It consists of 89 photo cards, up to 6 category cards, a manual, and scoring sheets. The ACS measures activity participation using previous and current activity to calculate percentage of activity retained. It helps the practitioner construct an occupational profile and/or client-centered plan. The use of images is primarily designed to prompt older adults in recalling their activities. The assessment is designed to be administered by occupational therapists and certified occupational therapy assistants. There are 3 forms of the ACS. They differ in the setting they are intended for, the type of score sheet needed, and the category cards used. Institutional version Form A is used in a hospital, rehabilitation, and skilled nursing facility setting. Recovering version Form B is used once a person is home and receiving outpatient or in-home service. Community living version Form C is used when working in a community population, as it does not assume the client has an illness or injury that requires specific treatment. It is also used for clients over the age of 60. To begin the assessment, you first place the labels. Depending on the form selected, you will select the required category cards and place them on a flat, uncluttered surface. The next step is to sort the cards. Tell the client to place 1 card at a time under the appropriate labels. After all the cards have been sorted, tell the client to choose 5 cards that represent activities that are the most important. Step 3. Record responses. Check all of the responses on the proper scoring sheet. Step 4. Calculate scores. The formula used depends on the assessment used. Step 5. Interpret scores. Determine the need for therapy and therapy goals. In this next segment, I will be demonstrating the assessment on Mr. Segrist, age 24. I'm using the recovery version Form B because he has suffered an injury.
My name is Mai. I'll be your occupational therapist today. Do you know what occupational therapy is?
No.
Occupational therapists get clients back to functioning and doing the activities they need or want to do. So to figure out what those are, I'm going to have you do this activity card sort. There are 5 different categories. Not done prior to current illness, continue to do during illness, do less since illness, given up due to illness, and new activity since illness. This is Form B of this particular assessment since you are recovering from your broken hip. So I'm going to have you look through these 89 picture cards and place them one by one under the category you think best fits you.
Okay. Yard maintenance. Cooking dinner. Managing your business. Child care. Baldy's picnics. Dancing. Going to play spa worship.
All finished?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you to choose the 5 most important activities to you out of all these pictures. Being with spouse or partner.
Mm-hmm.
Playing musical instrument.
And
Work, paid work.
is it 4 or 5?
5.
5. Okay.
Visiting with friends.
Trying because I got a big trip.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to have those calculated and I will get back to you.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Seeger, so I calculated your scores and it says that you have a 57% retention rate of all the activities you previously did. You mentioned that the 5 most important activities to you were being with your spouse or partner, playing a musical instrument, paid work, visiting with friends, and traveling. So I'm going to make sure that therapy focuses on you continuing to participate in these activities or doing more of it, even with your illness. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Shown here is the score sheet from the assessment. The percent retained was taken by dividing the current activity with the previous activity. The instrumental percent retained was 68, the low demand leisure percent retained was 75, the high demand leisure percent retained was 9, the social percent retained was 60, and the global percent retained was 57. The 5 most important activities for Mr. Segrist was listed as being with a spouse or partner, playing a musical instrument, paid work, visiting with friends, and traveling. Because of the low global percent retained, Mr. Segrist will be referred for occupational therapy to restore or maintain his 5 most important activities. The ACS is a highly reliable and valid assessment as proven with studies on diverse age, cultural, and illness populations. However, it can be improved. Because of the activity of sorting through 89 cards can be daunting, make the setting comfortable and consistent and have the client perform the assessment when he or she is most alert. Create a script with prompts for the therapist to use when observing the assessment for a more reliable test and retest. Tell the client to keep in mind his or her 5 favorite activities at the beginning of the assessment to provide a more accurate picture. To improve validity, you could add a category for activities not done due to reasons other than illness or injury, so it does not adversely affect scores by lowering percent retained. You could also have new activities since illness or injury count positively towards percentages. And lastly, you could update the assessment with more activity cards to broaden the scope of activities performed today.